Boom.
Yo, yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet, dude. Couldn't have been more perfect timing. Like it just went live.
Nice.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. What's up, T Frost? Yeah, you can see I got this thing down here in the corner. It's kind of hard to see them, but now you can see the comments actually if you're on the screen, which I
Oh,
know
they
both
say that's pretty convenient.
I was about to say I know both of us are usually like probably looking at other stuff at the same time, but it's pretty lit. I think I put on here that this was episode 3, but I guess technically it's episode 2. Is this our third time to do this?
I don't remember because one wasn't on live.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, that's okay. No big deal. It doesn't matter. What's up? Here we are. THICKHEADS episode 3.
Dude, what's up? What you think about that main event this past weekend? What the hell?
This past weekend, you talking about with Homegirl?
Yeah.
Macy Barber. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Macy Barber just pulling out like literally. I can't walk out of my walkout right at the end. Going up.
dude,
That's crazy.
like, okay, so a couple of nights before when she was doing the weigh-in, I showed Brittany a video of her. Macy Barber. For anybody who doesn't know UFC, it was a fight night, so it wasn't a pay-per-view. But and Macy Barber and I can't ever pronounce. I don't know the other girl's name. I
Yeah,
don't want to say
blanking something.
yeah.
Check or something like that. I can't say her name that well either. I can't even.
She was pissed, bro. She was talking mad shit online too. But in the same breath, she's probably like, "Well, we're gonna have to fight eventually, so why not hype it up?" You know.
Right.
And she also probably was pissed that she didn't get the fight. I digress. I showed Brittany a video of that girl of Macy because I follow her on Instagram, but I had seen where like I was like, I see when this girl posts stuff like all the time, and she looks happy and healthy. She did not look good in the weigh-ins, bro.
No.
Like, everybody looks thinned out whenever they're in the weigh-ins and stuff like that. But this girl looked cooked during the weigh-ins. And so whenever I heard that news, if I'm being honest, I wasn't sitting around waiting for it. Ironically enough, which I might dabble in later, but ironically enough, I was out and about Saturday night. I went to a concert, but which is rare for me. I didn't get home. We didn't leave from the tavern until 1:30 in the morning. Now, 5 years ago, that wouldn't be that crazy, but I'm never out really that late ever, especially like in town,
Right.
But I digress. And so like later that night when I'm like looking on my phone, I'm like, what the hell happened? I was like, because there's no footage of the fight, and it's like Macy Barber suffers a seizure. So at first I thought that she got like clocked and was seizing up like in the octagon or something. But then I realized that I guess it was literally minutes before she was supposed to go out and fight.
Yep. I think she's done. She's
Really?
put out several fights, dude. She's put out several fights.
They used to have such high ambition for her.
I'm trying to see. I can't remember what fight it was. I can't find it. Pull it up. But there was a fight that she pulled out of. I didn't know this until after this. I was reading that she pulled out of.
I've had to fight to pull out a couple of times too.
Right. I know the feeling. But so she was fighting somebody, and her opponent pulled out, and the backup was the same Aaron Blankenfield, or however you say her name.
Yeah.
And when she was the backup, when she was supposed to be the backup, Macy mysteriously got hurt in sparring or something like that. I can't remember what it was, and didn't fight her.
Oh wow! So she's ducked her twice.
Right. So it kind of makes it like twice that she's ducked her. It makes it seem like, I know they're saying she was having a seizure. I don't know. I've also heard people say it's because she had a boob job. When I say people, I mean reading comments online.
I mean, no pain, no gain.
Like did it? I don't know how long ago it was, but apparently, like the recovery from that they're saying has hindered her. Getting in fight shape, I guess.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, never mind. I was gonna see if didn't know if maybe Macy Barber was supposed to fight Aspen Ladd at some point, but I guess not. Because Aspen Ladd ended up getting kicked out of the UFC because she couldn't make weight.
Man, they got. I hate to say it, bro, but this Ronda Rousey's out, bro. They gotta quit letting these bitches headline.
Dude, I mean, if I'm being honest, I mean, Amanda Nunes was cool to watch, but like she peaked for sure when she quit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the highest point. I mean, there were certain fights where I was like excited to see Amanda Nunes fight. Amanda Nunes was the shit. I'm not trying to take nothing from
I know,
her.
but that's the like you're picking out. You're like that's the one female that I could watch fight, and it's like the one female that you question: is she female?
Yeah, no. Well,
Cyborg.
I was just about to say.
I know what you was about to say.
And see that fight though. That's what I was going to say though. Like Amanda Nunes versus Cyborg, that was badass. I really wanted to see Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison, but Kayla Harrison's kind of a nut hugger. So, you know, a moose knuckle hugger,
or whatever you call it.
Yeah, a third arm hugger for all the
dude. How long until we get one of these damn Dagestani females, bro? That's what I'm here for. Where are they at?
It's not gonna happen, bro. They don't let them do shit like that over there.
Could you imagine? This bitch is choking bro. She can take over the female division.
Yeah,
all of any class.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you would have to assume, but in the same breath, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Where they at, bro? I guess when one shows aspirations, they behead them or something, and they don't get to be a fighter.
I mean, you could look at it like this. Like, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I mean, it kind of opens a can of worms of a new conversation of just like, do the women actually have a chance to like leave over there? Like, them dudes don't even like.
Have you ever seen Khabib's wife?
No, I've seen her eyes.
Neither. I've seen Dustin Poirier's wife. I've seen Conor McGregor's wife. I've seen every big star on the level of Khabib's wife.
Yeah,
she ain't allowed to be seen. Like, you know, their women don't be out there like that.
Do you remember the fighter Zabit?
Zabit. How long ago?
A long time ago. He did all kinds of wild shit, but he was a bad man.
I don't know. Maybe he
ended up retiring. I'm trying to remember what I'm never going to be able to remember his name. S-I-S-A. There it is. Yeah, he's probably got the world record for names of Dagestanians. But let's see. Why did Zabit quit? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why did Zabit Magomed Sharipov? Okay. Zabit, that guy, retired from MMA due to a combination of health issues and the disruption of planned fights. He stated that he doesn't feel the way I used to, and that these factors impacted his ability to compete. He also noted that he was not rebooked for a fight with Yair Rodriguez after Rodriguez withdrew due to injury, further contributing to his, whatever. But he did retire, and they said he retired early. I actually didn't know that he had he was sick or anything like that. I thought it was just because like they were not booking him right and stuff. He just lost interest in fighting. But he was crazy. If you ever get the chance to watch his highlight reels, like he did really, really unorthodox shit, but he was like kickboxer. So that shit was cool too, like because he was from out Yander way. But another person who fits into that category of folks that like never see their significant others. But that's also why like Westerners, like who are assholes, like the Darren Tills of the world or the Colby Covingtons, they be talking about them dudes like fucking each other. Because they're like, yeah, they just all are dudes. And look at all of them when they got no hands. They just nut hug all day.
Same haircuts, like always, and just a ton of them when they're like training, just a ton of them all hugging on each other and I mean, you're not watching a lot of training videos and there's women there, but it's just a different vibe when you're watching them. Dagestanis, like they together 24/7. You could tell.
Up in a fucking square building in the mountains.
I mean, it makes greatness, but bro, come on.
It works. If you ever get bored, you should look up footage of their compound or like the shit that Khabib built with all of his fortunes.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this, but I want to say that like Vladimir Putin or somebody gave him like 400 acres or some shit of land out in the middle
Yeah, I
of
know he got
nowhere.
hooked up by somebody. I don't know if it was Vladimir or somebody that hooked him up, but he was like at an outs with him, not long ago over some money. Remember, he couldn't leave or nothing like that. They revoked his something because he
Yeah.
owed money, like taxes or whatever.
Yeah, I saw not Khabib. I saw Connor talking shit about that at one point. He's a fucking rat. He's a fucking rat. His whole goddamn family's a fucking rats.
Dude, that dude literally. There's a lot of rivalries that I think's theatrics, but I generally think Conor McGregor hates Khabib.
Oh yeah,
Like deep down, it's not for the money.
yeah.
Hates him. I think the feelings mutual
There it is.
toward him.
T Frost said it. Terrorist rat. Yeah.
That is fucking right.
Dude, I don't know if you ever saw the document. Man, it's always in hindsight's 2020. We've talked about it. Probably me and you have talked about it too. But it's interesting about the Connor thing because in hindsight, you're like, really, Connor kind of was the bad guy in that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I never in my life I would probably be like, ha 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 ha, that's so funny.
But just look at Khabib with every other fight he's ever had. It was never, he was a respectful, for the most part, Khabib. You give him respect, he's gonna give you respect.
Bro,
He lives by that.
The only person he shit talked was Conor McGregor.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's not his style at all.
Right, and he shit talked. That was the whole. Bring me your boy. Bring me your boy. At the fight before he fought Conor, he was pointing at Dana and saying, "Bring me your boy. I want to fucking smash your boy. Yeah. Bring him to me."
At the same time, though, like it's the most epic get under somebody's skin ever done. What Conor McGregor did to that man. It didn't work because either you're going to break him down or you're going to let a beast out, and that's what happened. He didn't break him down with the mind games leading up to. I think a lot of it with Conor was his mind games. And early on, I don't think he hated Khabib. After Khabib beat him is when the real hate.
Yeah, it started to set in.
Right, but I think a lot of it with Conor was theatrics. But them Dagestans, they take shit literal, dog. Hell no.
Dude, absolutely.
They ready to die about theirs.
Hey,
like the stuff he's disrespecting, the family stuff, they about to die about that.
Oh, hell yeah. Because it's like that's why they don't say shit like that to other people.
Right. Exactly. Because they know.
Right. And it's like, I mean, honestly, when it all boils down to it, Westerners are so much more desensitized to like anything, like in comparison to like other people. But on top of that, it's like, I don't know, like this motherfucker, like Conor, since that fight has said some wild shit about that dude. He's talked about his wife and everything. And like, that's another reason why it's like, that's just to me, like, I don't know. That's why I say it's like he's the villain in that rivalry.
Was after his dad died. After Khabib's dad died, somebody asked him in an interview or something. I don't remember what the question was to Khabib, but his answer was that good will always beat evil or something like that. And then Conor tweeted, COVID good, daddy bad, or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? And this was well after the fight.
I just want to tell you something. I just typed in on my Google search here, and I said, what did, and I typed the letter C, and it said Conor said it Khabib.
What the fuck's listening?
Sorry, continue.
But yeah, hates him. I don't think the Dustin Poirier, because like the second fight, he was kind of buddy with him. I think all that's more theater. I know Dustin, like, because he wants the Conor fight, but he still don't really just dog shit talk Conor.
Right.
And the second fight, Conor was like homeboy with him, but not that third fight.
Golly, dude, I forgot about this because Conor shared this not too long ago, but like a year or so ago. But I forgot Conor said that he said, "Oh my god, dude!" He said, "Your wife is a towel, mate."
Damn. What does that even mean? I know it's fucked up, but what's it mean?
This is January 31st. Cousin fucking motherfucking hiding motherfucker. Show us you and your cousin's kids together because we have kids here in Ireland that want to smoke.
What the fuck's that even mean? They trying to smoke on that Dagestan pack?
He's done nothing in the sport. That's what Conor said about Khabib.
Dude, my only criticism of Khabib is And I liked him a lot more after he's retired. But my
Right.
only criticism is like being called the greatest, and then he demanded to be the pound for pound. Like him also saying he is the greatest when you've barely defended the title. You didn't
Right.
give a chance for us to even see it through. Dude, if any of the other champs retire on their run like that, dude, if Izzy retired at the end of his run, he's the greatest ever fucking. It's just
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy. We didn't get a chance to see, how long you could sustain it, which is like that's John Jones's biggest argument for being the greatest.
Right.
Is that he's done it so many times. That's
Well,
like his biggest leg to stand on.
In all fairness, like if you look at it this way, you can, as far as saying the greatest, it's just like, man, it's hard to say, but because it is what it is. Khabib did beat Conor McGregor, a prime Conor McGregor, ended Conor's prime, honestly,
Right.
in my opinion.
Right.
And he beat Dustin Poirier, and he beat Justin Gaethje. Now, Justin Gaethje nor Dustin Poirier have ever been champions. Interim, they've been interim champions, but they've never been champions.
Was the Nate Conor fight? That was after Khabib, right? The second, the two Nate fights.
Let me see. You might be right.
Because I feel like when he lost, that's kind of when he kind of fell off, dude. When he lost to Nate. But I could be wrong. It's been so long ago. I thought that happened after Khabib.
This is the thing. He had a built-in excuse. I'm about to look up Conor's UFC record, and I can tell you exactly how the timeline works. Because Conor, we have to remember, Conor did get 2 belts in an interesting fashion. But one of those belts, he got the belt and never defended it.
Right.
He just got the belt and then had to relinquish it because he went on to fight Floyd, I guess. And that's what happened. Okay, hang on. Let me look at this, and I can tell you exactly how it went. It feels like it's been so fucking long, which I guess it has. Okay, yeah. See, this is gonna be crazy because you're not even gonna believe the way that this timeline works here. Okay, so let's just go back to when he got the belt, the first belt in 2015, July 11th was against Chad Mendez. That's when he got, I want to say, maybe the interim belt. Let's see. Is that possible? Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so let's say he fought Chad Mendez and got the interim belt, and then he fought Jose Aldo the next fight in December of 2015, and that's when he got the belt for real. And then he went on and he fought Nate Diaz twice in a row. So he fought him in March 2016, then he fought him in August of 2016. And, he lost the first one, and then he won the second one by decision, mind you, not by knockout, by decision.
Right.
And then he fought Eddie Alvarez in November. So he turned around and fought in August against Nate, and then he turned around and he fought against Eddie in November and beat him. And that was when he became the double. Then we're going to come back to the Nate fights, by the way. But then he didn't defend that belt. And I guess Khabib maybe became interim holder, or maybe he had to relinquish his belt for because he never went back. He never went back down to defend his belt, I guess, against in what division is this? When the belt he got from Aldo. I guess he never went back down there. He just went back. He went to lightweight, got the belt from Eddie Alvarez. And when he came back after fighting Floyd in between 2016 and 2018 to fight Khabib, he lost. And then this is what I keep thinking about. It's just fucking crazy, dude. Conor McGregor lost to Khabib, came back, and whatever kind of fucking massacre that was against Cowboy, that obviously happened.
The shoulder fucking.
Yeah, breaking orbitals with his shoulder and shit. And then he came back and got smoked by Dustin twice.
Yeah.
So
I know, dude. It's like I was a Conor fanboy, but like looking back now, said and done, looking at the legacy, his real legacy is getting the 2 belts, even though, like you said, he didn't defend one, and just bringing the attention to the sport more than ever.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
More than anything, it's just that's his biggest thing is he blew UFC up. I was the biggest fucking UFC fighter. Fuck the belt. Who's the greatest ever? I was the biggest.
Yeah.
And that's what he's got. He was the fucking by far the biggest.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think his fight. Look up. Oh, I know UFC fights. He's up there, but I'm talking top fights of all time. Him and Khabib is like up there.
I want to say that he has 7 of the top 10 pay-per-views of all time.
Yeah,
he did at one point.
Right. I know that him and the Khabib's the highest one, and it's way up there on all-time fights. I think it's like 2 or 3.
I think Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd might have been the highest. So top 10 pay-per-views. Let's just see of all time, and then I'll go to MMA because I'm sure there's probably a lot of boxing wins.
He's probably top 5. He's probably 5 of the top 10 in MMA.
Wow. Okay. So okay. So I'll just do this one. Let's see. The top one is Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, and that was 4.6.
Okay.
And then Mayweather versus McGregor was number 2 with 4.3. That is insane, by the way. And number 3 is De La Hoya versus Mayweather and this was 10 years earlier in 2007, but the number was 2.4. Which is crazy, dude. Floyd Mayweather versus McGregor.
So he's in the top. Mayweather's in the top 3 all time.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at this right here. You've got UFC. Okay, so the first one that actually is the UFC is Khabib versus Conor. So I'm gonna go back, and then it's Floyd.
Where's that at? Where's
Floyd
number
versus
is that?
Canelo.
It's him and Khabib.
Khabib versus Conor. It is also 2.4.
No, I'm saying where does it fall on the list?
Oh, it's ranked number 4.
Okay, so just the fact, though, honestly, that a UFC fight is the number 4 pay-per-view of all time. Just you go back before Conor, say that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, okay.
A UFC fight could do that kind of numbers.
I actually don't have to go back because I'm just going to tell you this list right here. Okay, I was going to go to the UFC one, but there's literally no need because this right here is fucking nuts. Okay, so Mayweather Pacquiao 1, Mayweather McGregor 2, De La Hoya versus Mayweather, that's 3. UFC 229, which is Khabib versus McGregor, that is 4. Number 5 is Mayweather versus Canelo, and then UFC 202, Diaz versus McGregor 2, that's number 6. Number 7 is Poirier versus McGregor 2. Number 8 is Poirier versus McGregor 3. Number 9 is Mayweather versus Cotto. Number 10 is Fury versus Usyk, and then it's Pacquiao versus somebody, and then so I guess this is like number 12.
So if I heard that right, every fight in the top 10 except number 10 is either Mayweather or McGregor, right?
Yeah.
So the top 9 is one of them too.
After the Pacquiao versus Marquez 3, so I guess this is number 12 or 13. I don't remember. McGregor versus Cerrone. And then it's McGregor versus Diaz, the first one. And then you got Pacquiao versus Mosley. And then you go down again, and it's Alvarez versus McGregor.
McGregor's got to be, the whole 10 in the top 10 if it's just MMA.
It has to be. I mean, Rousey versus Holly Holm is like way down there. They got Lesnar versus Carwin. So I'm going to back out and just click real quick.
So how much further ahead is Conor than so his lowest fight? Who's the closest that came to his lowest fight, and what's the gap between them?
Hang on, let's see. All right. I just want MMA, so I don't have to look through all this other shit. Okay. Top 10 biggest PPVs of all time for MMA. So number 10 is Aldo versus McGregor with 1.2. 88 million. Number 9 is Usman versus Masvidal, 1.3, 90 million. That's gonna be the first fight. Number 8 is UFC 205, Alvarez versus McGregor with 1.3, 83 million dollars. UFC 246, McGregor versus Cerrone, 1.35, $90 million. Crazy ass fight that was, by the way. I know we just said that, but that shit was crazy.
Shit was over quick.
Yeah, 40 seconds.
Remember
UFC,
that feeling? Connor's back, and then he just went on a fucking losing streak.
yeah, fucking yeah, absolutely. UFC 196, McGregor versus Diaz, 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. UFC 100 is Lesnar versus Frank Mir 2, which is crazy. 1.6 million pay-per-view buys. UFC 257, McGregor versus Poirier 2 with 1.6. And then him and Diaz second fight was 1.65. And then it's Poirier versus McGregor 3, which was 1.8. And then him versus the boy.
You already know what number one is.
Yeah. 2.4.
Oh yeah, we just read the other ones, but yeah, I already knew before then.
Yeah.
How much is that fight? Also, how much is the number one over number two? What money wise? How much bigger was the Khabib big as over the second highest fight ever?
It was fucking massive.
It's way higher, wasn't it?
Yeah. So okay, so the number 2 was Poirier versus McGregor 3, and that did 1.8 million pay-per-view buys, and it was 120 million bucks. Is what it says that they made, or something of that caliber.
Right.
And then the Khabib fight was 2.4 million. So 2,400,000 pay-per-view buys, and it garnered, I don't know where the stats come for the money. So I'm just giving, maybe that's the amount of money they made off of the pay-per-views, but the pay-per-view that they ended up making, the money they made off the number one was 1.8 million. So that money, it's 180 million.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So, and let's see. Let's see what the undercard was. The undercard for that had been crazy. It doesn't say, actually. It says that the main card for this wasn't even that long ago. Sean O'Malley versus that Chris Mountino guy. You remember that shit?
Is that the one with the green hair that got
it went
the
3
human
rounds
punching bag,
battering that man's fucking head in various directions.
John's fists were like severely fucked up after the fight from just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, that was crazy. And he was like, he just couldn't finish him.
Did they ever give that guy I think he fought one more time, if I can remember.
I'm pretty sure he did get the chance to fight again.
Yeah,
that was one of the things Dana said, was like, hey, if he could take a beating like that, then, I mean, that shit was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're right, T Frost. I see what you're doing right there. Did you talking about GSP? Khabib should have fought GSP. I don't know if that's what you meant. I see that was a while back. I hadn't looked at the comments in a minute, but absolutely, they should have fought. There's no reason they should have. But what happened was GSP. Honestly, GSP was old. That's fine. But in all fairness, GSP was the one that didn't want to come back and fight Khabib. And the only time he decided to entertain it was when Khabib was like, yeah, my dad and my dad's dead. My mom wants me to stop fighting. So it's like, and then GSP's like, well, maybe I met with go back and fight him And no, we don't give a shit about. Listen, this is the thing. I respect and I appreciate everyone's opinions about GSP. I don't give a fuck about GSP. Ultimately,
no.
I maybe it, but the thing is,
bro, he's got some diehards though. Like, people that love GSP fucking love GSP.
Absolutely.
And I don't I'm not, hating on him or anything. I'm just not a fanboy of GSP.
Yeah, I absolutely respect what he is, who he is to the game, what he's done, what he'll do. I don't care. You're right. T Frost, as a fight though, that should have happened. I'm not shitting on your suggestion. The whole fandom thought that fight should have happened at some point. But in hindsight, dude, there's people out there that would fuck Khabib up. There's people out there, like, I don't know who, back to your point though, Matt, about him kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of just dropped, he kind of quit too early. He didn't dominate. He dominated the fights he was in for sure. But like, it wasn't one of those things where like people were like, "Fuck it, I'll wait to get the belt when somebody else has it." He didn't get to that point,
Yeah.
where it's like I don't even know what to do with this shit.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of fighters, all fighters do got ride or dies, but I feel like the GSP like GSP and Khabib fanboys, and I like now I like him more that he's retired, but their
Right.
fanboys are like another level fanboys, bro.
Hey,
To another level.
what's up, Bob? Bob, I bet you've probably seen every Floyd Mayweather fight, hadn't you?
Hell yeah, that motherfucker was watching Tyson in his prime. What you talking
I was
about,
just
old
about
ass?
to say you probably saw him in the minors.
Oh yeah.
Connor called him a bitch. Yeah, he called Floyd a bitch, and Floyd handled that shit like a fucking champ. And then he went out there and handled Connor like a champ.
Fuck yeah, dude. That fight was all like so it grossed that much money. It was the biggest fight. All that happened at the end, like they had already got that money. That fight was going to be watched that much already. That was just a bonus that the biggest fight of all time ended like that. Just excitement, dog. It was crazy. I'll never forget watching that fight when he jumped over the cage. Dude, chaos.
After losing.
Right. And I also thought like Dana ain't about to let this motherfucker ain't fighting again.
Yeah.
Or something serious. Something's happening for jumping over that cage. And
they both got suspended. Like legally suspended, and they got suspension from the UFC. But it's funny because the UFC just gave them suspensions for the amount of time that the commission suspended them.
Right.
And it's
so as soon as you can fight,
Yeah. And the thing is that, don't get me wrong, I don't really know what the fuck they suspended Connor for. Because if they were going to suspend him, they should have suspended him before when he threw the fucking dolly into the bus.
That's why they suspended him. I think that's the grounds they suspended him on was, if they were going to suspend Khabib at that point, they hadn't. You know what? I think he got suspended for that prior. I think he did get suspended for throwing that shit through the window, or got some kind of something.
But they fought.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they still gonna have to fight. But I think he got suspended for a little while. I think he got suspended before the fight, right? I think right after that happened, he got suspended for it.
Why did Conor McGregor? Why did he stop fighting? No, I know why he stopped fighting.
Because he had to go to court for that shit. I remember when he was in court and stuff.
He did. He did have to go to court for the dolly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He also faced driving offenses. Conor McGregor is suspended from fighting for a few reasons, including medical suspensions. Let's see now. Okay, here we go. This is the actual article from 2019. Las Vegas UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor have both been suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for their roles in the infamous UFC 229 brawl. Nurmagomedov received 9 months, while McGregor received 6 months. The suspensions are retroactive to the October 6th fight card, which took place at T-Mobile Arena. Yeah. Okay. In addition, Nurmagomedov has been ordered to pay a fine of $500,000, while McGregor must pay $50,000. Nurmagomedov's fine will be withdrawn from the $1 million of his purse still being withheld. Yeah, they withheld his purse and everything.
Right.
And I remember this shit too, because right here it says Khabib said he jumped off to go fucking fight Dylan Dennis. I fucking hate that guy now. I didn't even know who he was back then, but if you know who Dylan Dennis is, he fucking sucks. It's like,
yeah, the brawls in the street were crazy. Remember they had the Irish and the Dagestanis dude banging outside the street, just throwing hands, dog.
Bro, did you ever see they had the notorious, we can talk about the card this weekend soon, I guess, but did you ever see the documentary that they made for Conor? It was like a 3-part series. It was on Netflix.
I think I remember being on there, but I don't think I watched it.
I got you. Well, they put out that documentary, but there was also almost like a subsequent documentary that was put out as well, but I don't think it was put out at the exact same time, but it was just on YouTube, and I think it's called Sin Location. But
That's
so
a good name.
if you could imagine, send location documentary. Let's see. I just want to see. Kebab. I typed the wrong thing. Send location. Oh yeah, it's just called Location. It's an hour and 42 minutes, and it's spelled Location. And it's basically going through. It seems like it's some independently made shit. And and he and it's some cool shit, dude, because it's like it's got Khabib's point of view, like a lot more of his stuff or whatever, and it shows him like being send location because he's talking about we will come and fucking fight you with no cameras right now. We will come there,
and they would have. I believe that.
Golly, me too, dude.
I believe it.
Like them Dagestani dudes are weird, bro.
Because they don't talk this shit when they say stuff like that. You feel it, like yo,
yeah,
he will come do that.
Exactly, bro. Like he's
like not capping. He don't do capping.
He is angry and he wants to go do it. He is in a country on the other side of the world from where he's from. He's in the United States, and he's like, "Send me the location."
Dude, it is gangster shit. Like somebody, yeah. Like I was just about to say that, and he dropped that comment. It's crazy. But dude, it's gangster that somebody slap his boy like that. He's in fucking Ireland, loads up some goons, jumps on a private plane, goes straight there, catches him in the lobby. What's up? That's gangster, bro.
The motherfuckers, and threw a dolly through their window.
He should have never did the dolly. But he was really pissed.
You know what he should have done? Honestly, he should have just won the fucking fight.
Right, facts. Dude, you see Khabib in that video on the bus when he's throwing the dolly? He legit looks spooked.
Oh man, I'm sure he was. There's a fucking mob of Irishmen coming and throwing fucking shit at a bus.
I mean, but so who started the rivalry? Was it this? It had to be the slap in the lobby. Khabib started it.
What was the slap for? Why did he try to sun Artem? Or
I guess just because it was Connor's boy.
I don't remember.
I don't. It's not that I don't remember. I don't think I ever heard.
I want to say they were talking shit on the internet. I want to say that Connor and his boy were talking shit about him, but I don't know. Because why did fucking Connor not like him in the first place? Was it just because he had the belt?
Well, he likes to hype his.
He knew he was going to have to go back and fight him eventually.
At a certain point, it's just hyping it up. You hype it up how much you hate each other, but you're frozen. Yo.
Hey, yeah, I thought my screen froze up for a second.
You was froze over here for a second.
I was gonna say, and then part of it was probably just me sitting here staring at the screen while
that's exactly what it was. But this weekend, bro.
This coming up weekend, look, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the card.
Pull it up.
Shout out to the rivalry, bro. One day we're just gonna do like a fucking 2-hour deep dive.
Bro, you can.
Of just Connor and his fucking downfall. God damn you, Conor McGregor. That's what I do want to say that before we get off of that. If Conor McGregor would have just won that fight, it would have literally changed the course of an entire industry, bro.
Why couldn't you make me look not? I fanboyed for you, bro. Why couldn't you make me not look like a dumbass for fanboying for you? I told everybody how bad you was gonna fuck Khabib up, and then he should have just won that fight. And then I still rode for him after that fight, even through the Dustin Poirier and everything.
He has had a full lifetime of being a jackass since then.
That's what I'm saying. He's made me dislike him so much more now since being out of fighting, dude. I was diehard, and now it's just like, bro, fight or shut the fuck up.
Absolutely, bro. You're
not going to fight. That's clear. So go live happy. Stay the fuck out of this shit.
Damn, T Frost said I was lagging too. So I guess my shit was just fucking up. But yeah, damn, crazy shit. This weekend though.
Yeah, that boxing money fucked McGregor up. That's what did it.
Oh yeah, and everybody said that would happen too.
It did. It's exactly what the fuck happened.
Like people, and I say everybody, but like all your folks that like know, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, yeah, that man's gonna be different from now on.
I mean, boxers make big money. Like Mayweather's been making big money a long time, still staying elite.
Yeah,
But you know, I'm not hating on boxing, but you ain't getting punished like you are in the UFC. So once you're got fuck you money, it's hard to get the, you know, I would imagine the shit beat out of you or have to lock in like that when you don't even need the money no more. You know, boxing is kind of like a dance. You know, McGregor's done it so many times. This is me that not a huge boxing fan, so I'm sure
sure.
people will feel different.
Yeah.
I hate on boxing all the time. It's okay. I mean, I enjoy it somewhat, but like UFC all the way, bro. It's like not even a comparison.
Right. No,
So, but
I
you know,
feel
he
you.
could just go
I'm
through and do
entertained
that
by both.
technical, right? He can go through to that technical shit over and over and over for the money and his big money. Basically, I don't think you have to keep that dog in you to keep boxing. In UFC, when you lose that dog, it's over.
I think it's there's a difference once you get to a high enough level in boxing. You're not getting the shit beat out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be
Right.
fighting and you might be getting punched and you might be getting hurt. Dude, your entire fucking organism of your body is getting beat the fuck up in MMA. And that's another thing another reason why they say that shit too, though, about a lot like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall has been in the fucking octagon since he's fought in the UFC for like a total of like 4 minutes.
Right.
Like, so it's like, it's not like he's getting beat up maybe in practice, but I mean, he's not going into any wars where he's just getting mutilated. He broke his leg. He fought Ankalaev or somebody, him and somebody fought, and his like shit broke. And it was like, oh wow, like, and this was like, it set him back pretty bad, but like he came back and like his first fight back, he beat this dude's ass in like 30 seconds. Tom Aspinall is a very bad man. And so it's one of those kind of things, though, like, man, your longevity will probably be much longer than, you know, your average person. You'll probably be at a high caliber for a longer period because you're not getting your ass beat all the way to the belt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not having to go to these Dustin Poirier, Dan Hooker style wars just to get ranked and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not yet, at least. You know, Tom Aspinall might get the belt and he might fight for the next 10 years and might get his ass beat for the next 5 and just be coping as he goes down the rankings for the next, 5 after that. But man, that shit is crazy.
Sugar gonna do it this weekend, bro?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know either.
I'm sitting here looking at I'm sitting here looking at the card or whatever, all the fights or whatever. And I always like when there's at least one person that I know, like in each fight, if that makes sense, like on the main card. And this one is one of those. I mean,
Well,
I know
just some bigger names. You may know. You just want to see some bigger names on there.
Sure.
Some more hype names.
Right. I mean, Kevin Holland versus Vicente Luque. And I know who both of them are. They both are kind of like journeymen in the UFC, more or less.
So who's this fucking Patchy Mix? This motherfucker ain't even got a picture.
He just got signed to the UFC.
Patchy.
He's probably gonna fucking
20-1, bro.
Google him.
I need to Google this mother. What's up, old Patch? Let's see.
I think
Patchy Mix. What a fucking name.
I want to say he got released from somewhere, and they picked him up as soon as he got released, and gave him a fight, like within the past month or some shit like that. I could be wrong on that though, so don't take my word for it.
Okay. No, I don't think I've ever seen this dude. What you got for highlights? 20-1. He's got to have something. All right, he was in Bellator.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's why I got released then, I'm sure, because PFL bought their roster and started firing motherfuckers. I'll be happy to see him. He's on the fucking main card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, what you've seen that big giant like Patty on steroids guy?
Yeah. On the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what that guy is.
What the fuck? He looks like, I don't even know.
Holy shit, dude. How did we miss this? On the undercard for this fight is a chick named Wang Kong.
Wang Kong.
I swear to God. Hang
The
on.
early prelims.
I'm about to share my screen.
Wang Kong.
Wang Kong. Right
Can I
there.
guess? Hey, before you put it up there, could I guess the ethnicity?
It's up there already, but sure.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I didn't see it. Well, I don't see it, so I'm gonna guess.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go some sort of Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's casting a wide net. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Chinese.
Chinese. Wang Kong is a Chinese mixed martial artist boxer and Sanda kickboxer currently competing in the women's flyweight division of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. She was the Kunlun Fight Women's Lightweight Champion, as well as the Kunlun Fight 2018 Legend of Mulan tournament. What the fuck?
Legend of
Tournament.
Mulan, bro. I'm putting my money on this bitch. Wang Kong, bro. I'm putting everything I got.
Oh yeah, I forgot she puts face makeup on too.
You're
She
not
does-
sharing your screen right now.
She looks like the Joker. Oh, you can't see my tab?
Unless, I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not on the thing, but I got it pulled up.
Oh, the fucking thing's supposed to put it on the stage.
Oh, now I can see it.
I always forget. To
Oh
put
my!
shit.
Oh, I've seen her. I've seen this chick. Yeah, the damn
Yeah,
Joker.
nice
Yeah,
save. I've seen this bitch. That's funny.
I'm trying to,
Yeah,
own that back. So.
dude, her name is Wang Kong, bro. That's a hell of a name.
Dude, that's a good name, really. That's
It is.
if you're a fighter.
Fucking let it hang, Wang. Wang Kong. What a fucking name, dude. Like, do they have no perception of like what like the Western world is like? Like when they name their kids? Like, you know what? I'm naming you after a great warrior, Wang Kong. Like, can't wait till you get to go fight in the
Dude,
United States.
the fight before that one, the dude, Yuju Sang. For real. Yuju's his name.
He ain't got a picture.
Hell no. Oh,
Would
Yuju.
you? What the fuck is going on with these people, man?
He's 8-0, bro, and already fighting in the UFC.
Oh shit! Okay, look at this. Oh, Wuju's ready, bro. He's Gucci. He been fighting.
He just got.
What is this shit?
Well, you
right
just
here?
got that look about him or something? What makes you so sure?
No, he's like the. I looked his actual name up and
He said he only had 8 fights.
that
Or MMA fights, I guess. What else he fought?
Here's a picture.
He's
with him
holding a
right
belt
here.
right there. Yeah,
He's got 2 of them right here.
he bought them shits off TV.
Yeah, he made them himself and took the picture by
He
a fucking.
walked down to the factory across the street and grabbed
Yeah.
2 of them.
This motherfucker Wuju out here about to come and stomp this motherfucker. Who's he fighting? By some stub.
Yeah, they gonna give him an easy dub.
Oh yeah, Jekka Sarigi. I don't know. He got one of them haircuts. He ain't ready though.
Nah, he ain't ready for Yuju.
Yeah, Yuju's different. Yuju
Yuju.
been moving different for 8 fights.
Yeah, they don't call him Yujuice for nothing, bro.
People really don't want to know how he got that name. It's scary. I seen it. It's how I got them belts. But
Man,
no,
I hope Suga does it, bro.
I hope he fucking does it too, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do if he doesn't.
I do feel like, which is fucked up, but after what we've seen with McGregor and other fighters, hyped up fighters, that. I mean, I love Suga just like I did McGregor, bro. But we know that these fighters are hyped up a little more than what they've done.
Yeah.
And deep down, when you're a fanboy for him, you're like, God, I really hope he is like that, But he really, Sugar surprised me. It made me, his second defense, it made me a believer in him a little more.
Absolutely.
But
I mean,
then,
because Cheeto ain't no chump.
right, that made me believe him in a little more. And I don't know, dude. I just don't know. If he loses again, he done. I don't know, bro. If he comes, obviously he'll fight again, but I think the Sugar show is over.
The Sugar Show definitely turns into something different.
Right.
I
Who's
think
he fight after that? If he loses, who's he fight?
My thing is, never, aside from the fact that he seems like he really enjoys the sport and he's a super fan, he seems like he wants to do something else. He doesn't seem like
Right.
he wants to
I
keep.
agree. I agree. I feel like right. He'd rather use this to do something else, which I feel like was kind of a plan of his. You can tell the whole way, like before he was anything, as soon as he started fighting, that's how he hyped himself up. He was, dude, using
It did.
every opportunity to build his brand of himself.
It didn't work out the way it should have, man. The way it should have happened was Sean O'Malley should have fought Aljamain Sterling. He he fights Aljamain Sterling, he beats him, and he gets the belt. Then he fights Cheeto because that fucking rivalry had to happen. The Cheeto fight had to happen. He beats Cheeto. Marab should have never been in the picture. We should have gotten. He should have, been able to give the opportunity back to Peter Yan, or he would have fought Henry Cejudo, and he could have beat both of them. But Peter Yan, that fight was close. Even fucking Sean made it sound like he didn't think he won that fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It went to decision, and he did put a whooping on him. But it wasn't necessarily. He didn't walk off with that one. But then eventually, after he defends his belt 3 or 4 times, he either finally fights Corey Sandhagen. Is it Corey Sandhagen or Cody Sandhagen? The only other person in the division that's as fucking tall as he is and as lanky as he is.
Right.
But I say that, but also he's been, aiming for a title for forever. And then he'd move up, and then he could fight. I guess he would have to fight Volk, or he would quit because the thing about Sean O'Malley is he does not seem like he wants to be there. I mean, he sells it. He's not it's whatever, but he doesn't really seem like he seems like he wants to do other things, and I think he could. That's another thing, and he probably knows that as well. But he was probably really hoping that he wouldn't have to fight a
lot of what he
nut
has,
hugger from the Middle East somewhere.
A lot of what he has going outside of fighting, that he wants maybe trying to do or whatever, I think really hinges on him winning and being that guy in the UFC for that to keep on going.
That's true.
So it's like you're saying, it's almost like I'm not saying he just don't want to do it, but almost like, I have to do this.
Right. And I've been seeing some of this stuff that this material they've been putting out lately too. Like him and his team have been cooking.
I seen a video him and Izzy put out just like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah. And they do. I haven't been able to sit down and watch all of them, but I'm sure I will at some point. All of the embeddeds for this UFC.
Mm-hmm. He straight called. It may have been on the embedded video I watched. Straight called Marab the greatest bantamweight to ever be in the division.
He said that Marab.
He said that. Yeah, he said I have to go in here and fight the greatest bantamweight ever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he is the champion,
right?
So basically he has to go and do it again. Like because he did technically fight Aljo, if by that standard, but I know that he did that little interview or whatever where he said that about like he had to like kind of separate himself from being Sugar Sean, but it's all like a movie, man. He knows what he's doing. But think about how epic all this shit that even the stuff that we haven't seen, even the stuff that hadn't come out yet, whatever, this, that, and the third, all this different buildup. Imagine if he doesn't win.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
I just don't know where he goes after that, really. Like, to keep interest in people. There'll still be people like me that like him enough that if he loses, I will still hold out hope another fight for him. But if he loses, there's going to be a point where I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm
going to keep it a stack. I'm going to keep it a stack, bro. Finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I feel like there's more people that after this fight, that's the only chance that I'm probably, in the minority of people that are saying, like, I like him enough that I'll still tune in. People are not going to be turned off completely to him, but I think the hype train will be over if he loses.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at it this way. Sugar Sean is more real of a fighter than Jake Paul will ever be, in my opinion. Right. And Jake Paul be selling the fuck out of some pay-per-views. And all Sugar Sean's got to do is win. Not necessarily this fight, but he'll just have to work twice as hard and get back to that type of superstardom. You know what I'm saying? I
I
mean, and
think
he's got to not turn into a fucking whiskey selling cokehead.
right. I think that, yeah, like you said, I don't even think he could be like a Dustin and a Nate. Dude, you
Sure.
don't even have to fight for the fucking belt. Just be winning, dog.
Yeah.
And you will sell. Just be win. Fight scrubs and beat them.
Dude, Max Holloway.
Right.
He hadn't had the belt in years.
Right. Dustin never had it.
Yeah, Dustin never. I mean, I think he might have had an interim belt.
He had he had that.
Jorge Masvidal, fucking superstar. Got lucky a couple of times.
Yeah.
Fucking superstar.
Right. And dude was in the UFC a minute before he became a superstar.
Absolutely.
It was like in the back part of his career. That's why it was so short of a lived superstardom, because it happened when he was in the back half of his career.
Yeah. And it was great. It was fun. 3-piece and a soda happened after he beat Darren Till, and that was his first win of that streak there. I think he only really won like 3 or 4 fights in a row. This motherfucker went hard enough for them to put on the cover of the game and never even had the belt. And I loved him. They called him Street Jesus. He was doing. He had the socials going stupid, bro. I loved fucking Jorge Masvidal. I mean, he's still cool, but he's just old. That last fight was when he fought Colby. It was kind of embarrassing.
Man, I'm so ready for fantasy football, dog.
Yeah,
so ready.
Speaking of fantasy, speaking of football, what did you get from the store? Show us what you've got. I've been seeing it creeping. Hang on, let me close this shit out. Oh yeah, the women are fighting too, but
yeah,
you know.
Retail debut too. So this is the first little batch of these boxes that are out. And a lot of times they say that's where you pull the bangers.
Boom.
So this is the totally certified mega box. Supposed to be autograph or memorabilia card per box. I got this from Target in Jackson. I had to go up there this week. Went in there, dude. They're stocked out with these. Our Target don't ever have shit.
Okay, so it's still a Panini product.
Yeah. It's the 2024. So.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's still Panini. It's not. Okay. I try not to get the top stuff because they're not licensed and they don't have the team logos and shit on them.
Right.
On the
for
they
football,
still got some cool cards, but yeah, for football they're not licensed, right?
Right now, the cool run for the UFC cards is the fucking Topps finest, but I don't know.
Yeah, I could vouch for them, bro. It's my best hits ever.
Yeah, that's right.
By far. But dude, the Saints training camps this week. I'm going. It's Wednesday and Thursday.
That's badass.
I'm only gonna pick. I got tickets for both days. I'm only gonna pick one day to go, but I got 6 tickets for both days. I know you probably got to work. It's right in the middle of the day, but I got you a ticket if you're able to break free.
When is it? You said next week?
It's the 10th and 11th. It's 2 days. I'm only going to go one day. I'm just going to pick whatever day is the most convenient. I think it's Wednesday and Thursday.
Let me know which day you're going. I might can be like, hey, listen.
Yeah. Well, if there's a certain day that's easier for you to do that.
Yeah.
Too, you can let me know that.
Because they might be like, hey, bro, that's pretty cool. You should go do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see Shuck and Radler.
Not like I won't make up for it.
Yeah, right. I want to see Shuck and Radler singing a person where they make our own assessment.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of them's just not even there.
Right, we fucked up. No,
I think I'm
trying to get some cards signed, bro. I'm bringing every card of a player that's going to be there with me.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, at this point, like, I know that me, you, and Cam have like Kool-Aid cards, so like we got to try to go on a mission to get the Kool-Aid cards.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But I told Cam because I had mentioned it to him at work that you had said something to me about it a couple of weeks ago, and I had mentioned something to him. I'm like, dude, if I go down there, I was like, got to give me like if you got any Saints cards, like active roster, I was like, just in case. I was like, you never know if
Right,
it's
you never know.
that's
So
just tight. But
yeah, I'm gonna have him on deck just in case.
yeah, definitely holler at me. We go down. It's just raining all day.
Right.
Where do they practice at?
It's in Metairie. It's at their training facility in Metairie.
Oh, okay.
So it's outdoor though. It is. So if it rains, it'll be fucked up.
Damn, that's crazy, Cam. I was just talking about you, bro. I mean, you might have been in here the whole time, but
Yeah, man, rattlesnake. That's Rattler, bro. It's Rattler.
hell yeah.
I hope they saying Shuck slinging it, man. But, man, it's too early to tell anything. We'll see better next week. They'll be playing more harder. You know, still won't be full blown touching the quarterback or anything, obviously, but they'll be playing more. And then they know there's, you know, it's open to the public, so they got an audience. They're gonna be trying to outdo, you know, they're gonna be trying to sling it. They want the people to decide, you know. That helps.
Yeah, what if we watched them fist fight while we were there?
Oh man, that'd be epic. But dude, Shuck a big boy. Shuck's 6'5", like
he body slams Rattler.
Yeah, Rattler's like 6 foot, 6'1".
Oh my god, dude! He body slams him and then gets kicked off the team. So now Rattler's injured. Rattler.
And we're starting fucking Hainer now. That's some bullshit. Oh my god. I will sell my season tickets.
Bro, listen, Cam was telling me the other day that we need to just go ahead and break down and get Aaron Rodgers, even though he doesn't want to come.
Dude, I don't want to hear that shit. For one, my man talked shit about the city, so it's fuck him.
Dude, mad disrespectful.
But mad and said it in a hella disrespectful way, really. I don't care how you try to clean it up at the end. You said what you said.
Yeah,
he said the way he said it.
The way he says shit.
Exactly. So
and I'm kidding, by the way. If Cam's still on here, he's probably typing up a long reply about how
we had. For one, I feel like besides not believing in Aaron Rodgers,
yeah,
you know, he should retire. You know, I don't think for any team. But besides that, I feel like, and this could just be personal with me, it would be, and this might be a reach, but fucking disrespectful to Drew Brees to sign Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, fair enough.
Because
like taking Tom Brady.
Right, exactly. Like his peer, not only his peer, but really a rival. He's one of the guys that, you know, who's the greatest. So to bring him in and use the Saints to add to his stats that would, in turn, I feel like go against Brees would be fucked up.
That's a good point. I never thought about it like that.
So I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's like when Tom Brady, because he played a year after Drew Brees was retired, and he was talking. You know, everybody was talking about he might leave Tampa before that second year in Tampa.
Yeah,
and, you know, people. You know, just people saying come to the Saints. That was never really anything. But just even then, the online talk about that was like, bro, get the fuck out of here. How are you gonna bring Tom Brady into Drew Brees' house? And it's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
we brought in Andy Dalton. Yeah, I'm sure he's up here with Brees, but come on, bro, he ain't no fucking peer. There's like 3 or 4 quarterbacks you do not fucking bring in. Really, it's not even that many. I would say Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Don't bring them in. Fucking, we wouldn't want a Matt Ryan. Don't bring that motherfucker in there. You know, there's just a few that you should never bring in there. And
that's true.
That'd be disrespectful as hell.
I've never thought about it as something like that, but see, it makes me think now. Like it makes me think about like a situation like LeBron and Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Like Kobe is like been that guy for that team for, you know, the past 2-3 decades, and LeBron just comes and fucking smokes every stat and Google search for the next 20 years.
Right. That is kind of fucked up because he comes in and uses the Lakers essentially to break every record, you know, uses their success to break. That's fucked up on their part. Except they were, you know, supposedly cool. But
but maybe we're overthinking.
They wasn't really. I mean, they played against each other, but I guess they weren't rivals. Really,
right.
Like I'm saying, Tom Brady and Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, that's rivals to me.
They're all in their prime.
They've been playing
against each other for 15 years.
Right. My whole life since a kid, I'm defending Drew Brees against Aaron Rodgers, against Tom Brady. He's the best in the league. He's the best. Right. My whole life, I don't want that motherfucker in the dome.
Yeah.
Get that. And then I definitely don't want washed Rodgers. What the fuck? I don't want him in his prime in the dome. Yeah. Definitely don't bring. We ain't even getting wins out of it. We're not going to win with him.
Absolutely. He's going to die in the dome. and not by our hands. So
And then him talking shit about Louisiana, that's icing on the cake. Fuck.
yeah,
I don't want him. He ain't coming. He ain't welcome in the city.
fuck Aaron Rodgers, bro. You know what's funny is I used to never think negatively about Aaron Rodgers, and there was something happened where, like, slowly but surely,
He's kind of
it,
a douche, bro. The more like a lot of the stuff you watch, just the way, not just about the Saints. I felt this way before. Like
yeah,
a lot of the
yeah,
outside of football interviews and stuff he's doing and whatever. Rogan did it, bro. The first he really feeling himself now or something.
yeah.
And he's a fucking like people really give a fuck about what he thinks. Like he's some philosopher or some shit.
Wait, but who does? Who gives? It's just because these fucking people that do interviews and shit, like Pat McAfee and them, I guess, and then
Joe Rogan and Pat McAfee have ruined Aaron Rodgers. Well, he's probably like that
they
already.
glazed him too much.
They glazed him too much. For very different reasons. Like McAfee is a football fan of him, and Joe Rogan don't know shit about fucking football or care about football. Oh, you like ayahuasca and fucking, you know what I'm saying? You're the greatest football player I know. Come on my podcast twice.
And then he had Post Malone on.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, but I mean, sure, exactly. But that's what I was kind of talking about. I was saying earlier was the, like, slowly but surely, like, because Cam would point out these things. We work together, so we obviously have a lot of similar interests. But he would point out these things about Aaron Rodgers that I never noticed. I'm like, this guy kind of does seem like a dick. And then it's like I go back and I think about like how his ex-girlfriend was like, this guy was like the fucking
dude. It's kind of like fucking Diddy if you think about it.
He just has a complex.
Well, it's like you've always heard, like you always hear the Diddy shit, like the Diddy parties, and like he's this, he's that. I've always heard he likes fucking dudes, like all this crazy shit. But it's just whatever you just hear about it. You don't believe none of it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll still like Diddy. Fuck it. But then the shit comes out, and then it makes you think back to all that shit. Like, yo, that shit probably was true. He probably fucking has always liked dudes and all this. It's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Like now that I tell that he's a dick, after all this outside of football stuff,
yeah,
all that shit that you're talking about from years ago, and then like he don't talk to his family and all that. Now it makes me fucking kind of believe all that he is a dick. It makes me believe his brother.
Look at Cam. Cam said him and Shailene Woodley used to eat clay together. What the fuck? That's so funny.
I don't know. I don't think Aaron Rodgers plays football again, dude. If you're the Steelers, why the fuck do you even want him at this point? He has disrespected the shit out of your organization.
Doesn't Russell Wilson play for the Steelers?
Oh, hell no. He's in New York now. He's with the Giants. They got him, Dart, they just drafted, and Jameis Winston. That's their three quarterbacks. They're saying everywhere, analysts online and all these different shows and podcasts I've been watching, dude, they got us ranked at the very bottom.
Damn, dude.
And they got our QB room at the very bottom.
Damn, dude.
I mean, dude, we got a rookie, a second year, and a third year. And our third year's, dude, fucking Jake Hayner. Just look at this dude. I don't know what the fuck we were thinking when we even drafted him. And he's hurt right now anyway. They say he'll probably be hurt until the season starts.
Oh my gosh. So is Russ supposed to start in fucking New York?
Well, that's what they're talking. That's what a lot of people are wondering. But yeah, I think Russ going back up Dart by midseason. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Russ starts. And I think they really think this too. They're just, you can't. Russ is the vet, so they can't talk to him like that,
Yeah.
And they're probably telling him you're the starter.
Yeah, somebody's playing fucking hot potato with that man's contract right now.
Well, what they want, right, and what they want is they want Russ. What you want to happen is Russ the mentor dog. So you want Russ to be bought in, not if you tell him, hey, this kid's gonna start. We don't even believe in you. We just want you to mentor him. Fuck you. I ain't doing that. Well, if it's like, oh, you're this guy, and Dart's your backup. You want to mentor him.
Hey, this guy's gonna take your job and your money.
Right. So best case scenario this is the best case scenario if you're a New York fan. Russ starts, wins a game, maybe 2. Third game of the season, gets fucking hurt, goes down. Dart is forced to come in, and that makes Russ, no ill feelings toward him. I can't play. So it would make him, really help mentor him and everything. And especially if Russ was winning before it happened, then it's like, it's not like you're in here because I was sucking it up. Yeah. That would be if I was a New York fan, that's what I want to happen. I would Russ to start, him go down like game 2, and then let Dart come in.
You gotta want him to get injured.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I wanted that for Derek Carr for 3 seasons now.
Yeah. But no, man, Taysom Hill.
And then Jameis is there just to rizz up the locker room. I mean, yeah. Taysom. Jameis is there to jazz up the locker room.
Yeah, I just randomly said Taysom because he's the best quarterback of all time. Make him be our quarterback.
He never got a fair shake, honestly, dude. Can you imagine going into the NFL draft as a quarterback and you get he didn't, I think we got him in free agency. I don't think he got drafted. Or we drafted him low. And like, yeah, you're not a quarterback no more. Actually, we're going to play you at tight end and a little bit of everything else. And your whole, like, dude, he was quarterback at BYU. Like, it was good enough. He started there and went into the draft out of there.
How much does he get paid?
Oh, but one of the last things Sean Payton did before he left out was give him a good contract. But it had a lot of incentives in it. So, like, if he played, like, because he's such a unique player and he plays so many positions, each position has a different price point. How do you pay a player like that? Well, it was like an incentive-laced contract. Like, if he played over, like, quarterback over, like, 40 or 50%, he gets paid this much per year. Or if he played, it was a fucking shit ton of money. They were still paying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that he seems like he has been a very loyal person to the franchise. Because, like, if I was him by now, I probably would have gone somewhere before I got into my later years of playing football.
Right.
Because he's got to be, like, last, like, 4 or 5 years, right? Like, I don't foresee him playing forever.
No.
How long has he been on the team?
I don't know. I have to look that one up.
I have to say a while at this point, huh?
Right. I don't even know. I wouldn't even want to take a guess.
I bet Cam knows. He was signed on. Okay. Taysom Hill has been with the New Orleans Saints for 7 seasons. Since the 2017 season, he was claimed off waivers from the Green Bay Packers in September 2017 and has since been a key part of the Saints offense and special teams.
Yeah, we got him a free agency. Dude, 2017, dude, we killed it. That was our epic draft class. We hit it on every single draft, every single player that year. And then we also got Taysom out of free agency.
Yeah, that's okay. Look, I'm seeing this here. He's really not even that old. I don't know. I guess I was just thinking that he was an old man or something at this point.
Dude, what if one of the 4 QBs of Brown? What if the Browns cut Shador? I've been seeing like
that would be a twist.
He's like 3rd on the depth chart. I've been watching some video, man. Like any of the video they release, and they try to only release good shit. I'm sure they don't tell what they're not releasing, but
yeah,
that he just does not look NFL speed when he's playing out there. And they're not, I know they're not going hard or nothing yet, but all of them aren't going hard, and the other guy's not going hard looks a lot more better than his not going hard.
Yeah, he should be going hard even when he's not supposed to be going hard. But I mean, maybe they're playing the we were going to be patient route. Daddy said. Daddy said.
So what we looking for in here, man? What's top pick? What's top thing in this class, you think? Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, I'm going to say.
Can you tell me the run name that is?
That is the totally certified. Is that what you're asking?
I'm going to get that as like on my license plate.
Bo Nix, that's what I'm talking about. Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, that's what I want to see.
Totally certified football mega box.
Yeah, 2024.
I'm just trying to do a little what do they call it? R&D, research and development. Let's see. Am I still sharing my screen?
Nope.
It's just like, holy shit, what is
Great,
that?
man. Dude, I went through and I had so many cards. I organized them where I could get to them easily instead of just being in big stacks. And I have like 5 Drake May cards, rookie cards, a couple cool ones too that I didn't even know I had.
Okay.
I'm not big. I'm not on the Drake May hype train though, so I'm really hoping one for Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix.
Christian McCaffrey, Josh Allen. Got some cool looking cards. Okay. There's a CD Lamb thing. CD Lamb thing. Shit. I say bust that hoe open. I'll put you on the big screen. Hell. Fat pack boxes. The fuck. I wonder what has to happen like in a like in the history and the evolution of say a new run or whatever. Say this one right here is called Totally Certified. I don't know how long Totally Certifieds have been out. Totally Certified versus like Prism or Select or whatever under the Panini brand. Like what makes one better than the others? You know what I'm saying? Like why is Select and Prism more sought after than Don Roos in most cases?
Well, I know some cards like the Score, Prestige, they just look cheaper. And they look like I don't know why you purposely make them look cheaper. That like they're just plain and cheap look, especially the Score. The Score, Prestige, they look like shit. Like straight up. And then the Select cards, like you even feel the card. They feel like a more quality card, you know. But other than that, it's just design. Like that worldwide Bo Nix I hit, that was out of cheap ass Prestige though.
Yeah.
So they all got some cool inserts.
Yo,
I don't
yeah.
know the market, I guess, man. I don't know. Going after certain cards like the downtowns. That's why the Don Russ is popular, the optics, because they got the downtown cards.
Because to me, that's a recent thing. Listening to people say Don Roos so much, because I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But I guess
then the Absolute. You ever got any of those?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They got the Kaboom cards in them. That's another one that's a pretty big one.
See, those are sick.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, T Frost, hell yeah, dude. Southern Miss came up short. I did want to talk. I just I didn't keep up. I didn't keep up with that shit very much, other than the past like weekend, and we went to the regionals, and I don't know, like they beat the shit out of Miami Saturday night. Was it Saturday? Yeah, no, Sunday night. One of those nights. They beat the dog water out of Miami, and the next day they fucking got smoked. The guy who was pitching second for Miami looked like he was on coke. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, USM came short again. They're never going to Omaha.
Nah, man. Next year's the year.
Yeah. Just kidding. I really want to go see him.
Especially with all this extra attention Brett Favre's bringing to USM with the recent documentary.
Did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I watched it. You didn't watch it?
I hadn't seen it yet, no.
Yeah, it really didn't show nothing that you didn't already know. What I was expecting some like secret stuff that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
But it was really just everything you already knew about.
Just all compiled in one thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't really see anything. I thought I was gonna see like some crazy party stuff that I've always heard stories about when he was younger. Like Green Bay was paying to get him out of trouble and shit. And that's all they did. They said Green Bay was paying to get him out of trouble shit. They didn't say what or nothing. Like, yeah. That's whack.
Anyway. Hey, dude, bust them open, bro. If you're ready.
All right. We got 6 packs.
Okay. 6-pack.
Pack 1.
Hang on, let me figure out how to get T Frost's comment off the screen.
Dude, these cards do look pretty cool.
Oh.
Is this an insert card? No. All right. Got Jalen Polk. These cards look pretty cool.
It does.
I don't know if that's how all the basis cards look.
It's kind of
It is.
shimmery too. Are they
Yeah,
all
it is.
shimmery like that?
Uh-huh. Chris Johnson.
Are if you rub your finger across it, can you feel the
Keon Coleman.
is it like what's that called? Like
Yeah, I can feel it.
okay. Gay. No, I'm joking.
I can feel it.
That's
I
tight.
think I'm focused in there. Keon Coleman.
That's a sweet spot.
Jordan
right there.
Love.
Let's
Take
go.
that. Base card, Jordan Love. That Baker. That's Baker.
Fucking Baker Mayfield. I ain't got no Baker Mayfield cards.
Travis Kelce. Trey McBride. Okay. I like this. Keon Cole rookie card out of this pack.
Yeah, dude.
Set that
Like,
one to the side.
what if you get a Jaden one of those?
That's what I'm saying. All right. That's pack one.
Rookie Jaden,
This is
fucking
also a
half
rookie.
face, looking like Men in Black.
Back to. Oh, let's go. Rookie card, Brock Bowers. That's a good one.
Dude, that's nice. I got a Brock Bowers artifact card.
Oh.
What's the name on that?
Jaden Hicks.
Oh, what a
I'm having to read it off the TV screen.
I got you. Oh shit.
Well, we got Keon Coleman, same guy, rookie card, relic.
Cook. Let's go.
There's the relic.
Keon
Coleman. That's the rookie card.
That's tight. Let's go.
That number.
Whoever Keon Coleman is. Who's he play for?
He plays for the Bills. That's that little half face card I just pulls, Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I got you.
He looked like he was gonna be pretty good last year. He was pretty solid. All right, keep going. Michael Parsons.
I love that all of these cards are like fucking refractors.
Oh, Sam Darnold. Cole Kmet. And Saquon.
Let's go. Saquon Barkley.
All right. Damn, well, that's the relic card. I was really hoping for.
Does it just come with one?
Well, it says one on average. So.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I just noted this one, that this Jaden Hicks rookie card, I didn't notice. So all the other bases, see how they're like silver? This one's pink.
Okay.
So it must be certain something. Pink, shimmer, something.
Some type of rarity.
Right. Accurate. Come on, man. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels.
Let's go. Boski. I'm building up a pretty crazy Bo Nix collection right now, dude.
I don't know how you say that guy's first name. Javonte Hicks. I mean, Javonte Sweat.
Sweat.
Yeah, Hicks is on the other card back here. All right.
Pink.
Oh. What we got? Did I say Chris Godwin? Chris Godwin. Pink.
Oh, that card looks tight.
Oh, who we got? We got Troy Franklin, rookie card for the Broncos. No idea.
It's a cool looking card, though.
But it is a cool looking card.
Is that like a... Okay, I see. That's like a scene behind him.
Yeah.
I got you. I see.
All right. Kirko.
Bangs. This guy's name is ridiculous.
Ramondre. Is it Ramondre Stevens?
Yeah. I had him on my team. Joe!
The boy. Put that for the PC. Najee.
Nice.
All right. Pack 3. Decent. No bangers. So far, I like the... What was that? Last night we opened on... I don't remember what it was. So that stars and rookies.
Yeah.
Killing this box so far, but hey, it only takes one card.
How many packs do you have left?
3.
3?
3. All right. Got is that a rookie? A rookie card. Dylan Laub. I really hope his last name ain't Lube. Jacob Coing, another rookie card.
He doesn't look like he knows what he's about to do with that ball.
Yeah. Oh, we got it upside down. Rome Odonzu. That's a good one.
Okay.
Receiver for the Bears, a rookie card.
Target. The Bears suck.
Yeah, on target. Now, Caleb Williams ain't throwing to him. Got A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Super Bowl champ A.J. Brown. Who this? Josh Jacobs.
Oh, no.
Josh Jacobs. Mike Evans.
Okay.
One of GOATs.
Wide receiver heavy.
Aiden O'Connell. Let's go. We hit it, boys.
Who is that?
Oh, some trash. He was the quarterback for the Raiders. Some bench rider. All right. Definitely feels like a bow in here. I've not hit a bow, bro, since that one. One bow card. Hundreds of packs open.
Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Wait. Sorry. Move this. Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to find a way to put you on the big screen. And me just... It doesn't matter. Sorry. I ruined it. I apologize. Hang on. I did not. I'm trying to stop sharing my screen. Doesn't matter. Sorry, anyone that's watching this. I've seemingly forgot what the hell I'm trying to do. Okay. All right.
Got another Rome rookie.
Okay.
Base. Oh, he's upside down.
That one's green and purple.
Got it green.
Or blue. Kavion Thibodeau. Wonder where he's from.
I'll take a guess. I'll take a stab at it. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson. Pretty cool one, too.
Nice. Franchise Foundations. That's cool.
I hope he's comes back as a super healthy this year. That leg break or whatever the injury was, that shit was brutal looking.
Yeah, it was. Is that
John Elway?
Holy shit, dude. I just bought a John Elway card the other day.
John Elway fan, are you?
No, not at all. I just was on whatnot.
Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Cardi B.
Cake. Damn. Somebody from the Vikings.
Aaron Jones.
Oh.
And Swift. All right. Last pack. Bo Nix got to be in here. Let's go. Bo Nix.
Auto. Bo Nix auto.
Dude, I ain't gonna.
Dude, I follow Tops on
too much.
I follow Tops on Instagram and they ruin everything. They'd be like, this person paid $1 for this pack and found a 1 of 1.
Yeah, that'd be bullshit, dude.
Like where?
Tops is fucking liars. The bullshit, the skiing card that was pulled, that 1 of 1, the 12 whatever, and 11-year-old kid pulled, that's bullshit. I don't believe that.
It's a fucking lie.
All right. Adisa Isaac.
Okay. Shout out to him. Oh, pink.
Champ Bailey.
Wow. Why even make rare cards of these people?
Yeah, right. That's what I wonder sometimes on some of these. Max Crosby.
That's
Beast.
cool. That's a cool card to have.
Bijan.
Bijan. Nice.
Shit out of get this. What the fuck? Why did we keep hitting him?
No fucking
Dude, I have hit him in every pack.
Bro. What the fuck?
Dude, get this shit out of here. It hurts that it's even a cool looking card, man. Oh, look. There we go. Follow it up with this. Jamar.
Nice. You got a Joe and a Jamar.
Finish it with George Pickens.
Damn, dude.
Okay, so it wasn't too great.
What's the winning haul?
Oh, let's see. I mean, I guess the fucking relic, of Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman rookie relic card. It's not from any specific game. Of course it ain't. And I also have the portraits. So I guess And I got if someone's a Keon Cole fan, I got 2 pretty dope cards.
They do look cool together.
Pretty cool rookie cards, yeah. So those look cool. And then I guess probably I'll just show all these, but the Aiden Hutchinson, I like. Dog.
Yeah.
And then we had the Rome.
On target.
And then we had the...
Yeah, I like that one. The text could be cooler, but...
Oh, this is just that pink one. Yeah, and that's it. The rest are just like a Joe Burrow base or whatever, and Jamar Chase base. I just like the players, so I'm setting them aside.
Yeah.
What
are you gonna do with your Derek Carr collection?
It's getting pretty extensive. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'll bring him to practice this week and see if he wants to sign him.
He's not on the team anymore, right?
Right. They actually officially this week listed him as injured on the injured retired list.
Where do you think his family's vacationing right now?
I don't know. I heard. I just from Drew Brees just did an interview. I watched it today. Did it yesterday though, but said that he knew that Derek had plans to build a church in Vegas and pastor it.
Are you serious?
As dick cancer.
But what?
Yeah.
Is Derek Carr like a preacher?
Well, apparently. Shit. I guess. He ain't a fucking quarterback, so.
He's going to be a pastor. That's crazy. In Vegas.
Yeah. I mean,
does family like...
I had to think of a place that maybe short on pastors.
Yeah. And I guess he's probably still got some kind of influence there to some degree.
Yeah. He gets in all the brothels free.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he's going to go scam some people out of money.
Well, this box let down.
So
worst one since we've been streaming the breaks.
No more of those.
Now with that being said, the base cards, like as far as base cards go, they're pretty up there on looking cool.
Yeah.
There just wasn't no real hits in the box.
Right.
No.
So
can't base it off one box, but that's what we've been doing, damn it. And so far our boxes have been good.
Yeah. That's a good point. That UFC box that you opened was lit. That shit was hard.
Dude, I liked the fucking football when I opened
last week.
Whatever one, yeah, the stars and rookies. Yeah, but I had to say the UFC, dude. That one was lit. It had a lot of bangers in it. What's crazy, it had the most hits, but they are the most like no one gives a real fuck about UFC cards.
Yeah.
Like even when you hit a banger, it's like
yeah,
can't even hardly get anything for the card if you wanted to.
Right. It's like there's a very small amount of people who want those cards and will pay X amount of money for them. So,
dude, so I want to ask you, just like it's bad with UFC, but even I see with football. But what is discouraging to me with sports cards and UFC cards is, dude, like a legend. Just name a fucking legend quarterback that's been out of the game a minute.
Brett Favre.
Okay, Brett Favre was a bad example. Well, we'll use Brett Favre, but there's other reasons why this is going to be true than the point I'm trying to make. But dude, you could be like the greatest quarterback ever once you're out, like Brett Favre or any of these other quarterbacks. You know, their cards ain't worth a shit. Yeah. Nobody fucking wants them. So it's like the only thing with sports cards anywhere, especially football, is active roster players, you know, that are dogs. And then soon as they're not active roster players, like no one gives a fuck, which is so like what is the long-term investments on a football card? If the longer like it seems like you should be getting them and selling them all. Don't be looking for no long-term investment with them because they ain't worth the shit. No one gives a fuck no more. UFC fighters is worse, dude. Go look up a Chuck Liddell card, fucking legend. No one gives a shit, dude.
I mean, but you got to think about it like that. I mean, fair enough, but like, let's see, you could still Conor McGregor cards still go for a lot of money, but like not thousands of dollars.
Right.
But this is something else I would be curious to know, and I'd like to do a little research on. When the economy crashed, the value of a lot of this kind of shit went down. And I don't know if it ever went back up.
Well, COVID blew cards up.
Well, but I'm supposedly like baseball card. Well, maybe I'm even thinking before it was that.
Well, I'm not gonna say it blew it up, but like, dude, during COVID, the prices people were getting for cards was, and they're still living off of that rise of what people with Pokemon cards too, Pokemon and sports cards. It was crazy what COVID did.
It made it to the value go up, or it made it go down.
Up. Skyrocketed. People were paying crazy money during and after COVID for sports cards and Pokemon cards. Crazy money.
Well, maybe what I'm thinking of is there was the explosion whenever that happened, because that's around the same time. It's like COVID and the economy around the same time, because a lot of, also you had people that were wanting to store their money. That's when Bitcoin went up too, because people were trying to store, like had all this access to store their money somewhere else. And if you want to take your money out of the stock market, then you're going to put it into things like art and shit like this, I guess. But I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. Your original question is talking about people giving a fuck about.
Yeah, just like with sport cards, are you like thinking long-term investments on, say, any UFC cards? Like, I have to think that there is none.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Baseball players play a really long time, so there's more of a long-term investment, and even basketball. But like football and UFC, my top two cards that I like collecting, the careers are short compared to the other sports in both of them sports.
Absolutely, you have much less time to, and I mean, like I feel like there's way more baseball players that you could be like, I'm gonna hang on to this one. I can hang on. There's not that many like awesome. I do not give a fuck about Bilal Muhammad. He could fight for the next 10 years, and his shit is not going to be worth fuck all. Henry Cejudo was like a 2-time champion, and people don't give a fuck about his cards, dude.
I don't know how many are on the UFC roster, whatever that number is, but whatever it is, whatever that big number is, there's like fucking 20 people that everybody really gives any kind of fucks about.
Yeah.
Especially with cards too. There's like 20 cards you could get that anybody's gonna give a fuck about, if that many. That's being generous, probably.
I'm shifting my long game because initially, when I first got in, I was really UFC heavy. Initially, my long game was like, I'm just gonna hoard fucking Suga Shans and try to hunt down, try to pick the next guy who's gonna go from, like, say your Bo Nickel. At the time, especially when I first started buying cards, it's like Bo Nickel rookie cards are everywhere. And I'm like, man, I wonder if I just stored up on Bo Nickel cards. I'm glad I fucking didn't now, but and then it's kind of like, as I'm getting, I sent cards off and I was kind of getting inspired because I'd get these 10s back and shit like that. Like, well, these Suga Sean cards, like I got a 1 of 42 Suga Sean's back here, like that's some different shit, and it's a 10. Like, I'm gonna hold on to that one for forever. But I'm kind of shifting more towards trying to like hoard. I mean, I've got two really good, two numbered Patrick Mahomes cards, and I've got a couple of other Patrick Mahomes cards, and then I've got my Tom Brady cards and I'm just like, these are the guys. So I mean, beyond that, like, but I'm trying.
Well, I feel like there's certain few. Tom Brady, obviously, Drew Brees, like his cards still hold fucking value. Like, go try, go fuck around buying Brees cards. They still hold value, but they just, I don't know.
I'm also right now because I can't think.
I feel like a lot of the cards I have now, the value's now, and then later, it's not going to be.
Yeah, and that's possible. I mean. But see, right now, what I have going on, like with Tom Aspinall, like I've got, hang on, I'm not going to just pull up a bunch of shit, but I've got this Tom Aspinall card. I've got 2 of these, right? And this is some weird shit. It's hard to find these online, like anybody selling them, but I've got 2 of them. Tom Aspinall is about to be that dude, in my opinion.
Right.
And I'm hoping that and any other Tom Aspinall shit that I have, once he defends his belt 2 or 3 times, I'm selling all that shit. I'm not waiting for him to lose. I'm not waiting for him to build a legacy of winning 30 fights in a row. I'm going to wait till everybody's like, ah, and
Right.
when Paddy Pimblett wins his next fight, I'm selling this 10 fucking base card that I have.
See, that's how I feel.
And that's to your point, because a lot of it is like, no, I really don't want to risk it. I'd rather, like, in my head, I'm like, I'd rather try to reinvest and do something else, or whether it be more into cards or me go and buy myself a lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those kind of things.
I like to use it to, if I can sell what's hot, to build my PC. Like, I don't care if my PC cards go down in value. That's not why I'm collecting them. I mean, obviously, I want them to be worth more, the most. But, like my Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, I PC Justin Jefferson, these LSU guys. If I rip their cards. I get to keep all them, sell off the rest, and then buy singles or what I want or whatever off what I sell the other cards for.
Right.
That's why if it's not like the select few I'm PCing, do anything that I pull, I don't care how big of a card it is, I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of my PCs, or I'm gonna hold on short term until I feel like it'll be, but I'm gonna sell when I think it's at its max value. Like, I believe right now, if I had Bo Nix cards, I'd be looking at selling them because he could hit a sophomore slump. I think the hype's at its max right now. I think if he does good next year, he's not no more hype than he is right now. But if he does bad, he's less hype.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, good example. He didn't do very good last year, and he was so hyped. His cards were skyrocketing going into last season. Then he didn't do as good last season, and you can get him a little cheaper now. You know what I'm saying?
I think that the Broncos are going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years.
I would be furious.
I think it's going to happen.
Fuck Sean Payton, man. I love him, but fuck him, man. Damn.
I wouldn't be willing to bet the house on it, but I have created this fixation in my mind over the fact that, like, Sean Payton and the whole thing with him, it's just going to happen. He's building his team and he's going to win another. Not that I'm a super fan or want that to happen or anything, but I have also built this new fixation with Bo Nix. Like, I every time I see a Bo Nix card, I buy it. I'm just like, boom, 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 Bo Nix. But it's also a quarterback. Like, that's kind of like what I was saying earlier.
Man, I should have traded you that Bo Nix card I had. I should have just found something.
I mean, that's a recent development of mine too.
Yeah, if I didn't knew then, but dude, and it was a Prestige Worldwide. Everywhere I seen it for sale online, they were like Step Brothers card because it said on the card Prestige Worldwide.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It's something like, and I've kind of just, I like collecting quarterbacks. Okay, like, think of it like that. And I don't like getting rid of any of my quarterback cards, but it is what it is. But that's another reason why I kind of like the the Bo Nix thing, like this, like we were talking about with the early investments. He could be the next. I don't think he is, but I'm saying he could be the next Patrick Mahomes. He could be the like some crazy shit. He might go and win 3 Super Bowls with Sean Payton and the Broncos. The Saints are an afterthought to Sean Payton at this point.
So I'm looking it up, and that card I sold right now, the going price is around $70. So I did sell when it was at its height because I sold mine for like $140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not football season right now.
Right.
Something to consider. I don't know how much that matters, but that might.
It does. They definitely, hype is real. So when he was doing good, you're in the moment. People are buying. After every Sunday, I'd get on eBay and see more of them cards sold after every Sunday that he did good. People on the hype train during the season. For sure.
It makes sense because when you think about investing like this, dude, investing out of season. So, and I guess I'm thinking about this in real time as we're talking about it, but and you're kind of saying, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, I never thought about it like that. So you buy out of season and you sell in season because, I mean, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it's a strategy that does work, but I'm just now thinking about it. Like,
well, you buy 2 rookies. The draft just happened. They ain't played yet. So you just stack up on them. And when the dogs emerge, you
Yeah,
could be sitting on, then you sell that in season because no one even knows the season starts, but you could buy cards before then.
that's true. So
That's another way.
see, I mean, you already think of it as cyclical because it's like you're getting cards and you're getting rid of some of them and you're keeping some and you're keeping some for later, and it's still cyclical, in and out, in and out, in and out. But I think I've always thought of it as like a longer process, like with no, but thinking of it like that is you've got the seasons because it's like, okay, I'm focusing on this sport right now, purchasing more so, hunting and buying boxes and stuff like that, whatever that sport may be, but I'm also focusing on what's selling, what's hot right now for this other sport.
Right.
And then as the seasons change and the new sports and stuff like that, NASCAR.
Dude, after looking at what I pulled out of this box, I kind of wish I would have got the Bowman MLB box.
Yeah. I was
But
going
the
to
same
say,
thing with the Bowman, bro. So even these cards that went in hits, I know the players, and
yeah,
it's still fun. I don't keep up with baseball as much. I only know the ones that are the guys.
right.
But just like I'm pulling just nothing the whole time, That's why like messing with like NASCAR or something would be so hard.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because
You see,
that's why I like UFC. I know all the fighters.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Most
except for the guy that you got you'll never get your
my
autograph.
first ever redemption. What the fuck, dude? I think the redemption means they ain't even signed them yet.
Yeah, because that guy's like fucking stuck in Russia somewhere.
Right. Oh man, dude, I'll just send it in.
That guy's probably
if I send it in though, and they can't get it, they have to give me something else.
Do they?
I mean, right? They have to. They can't just say you don't get a redemption. Like if I send it in, they're like, sorry, due for unforeseen circumstances, we cannot get you this autograph. Sorry. No, hell no. It's gonna be. We're gonna give you. I do know
what you gonna do? Go to their office?
No, bro. Like if you send a card in and it gets like a redemption gets damaged or something like that,
yeah,
they'll give you there's packs called like sparkle packs and stuff from Panini. It's got like 3 cards in it. So say you got like a good, solid, expensive card that for some reason they couldn't get the redemption or whatever, you have the option to pick out of these packs. It'll be a prism pack or whatever pack was called a sparkle pack. And it'll have like 3 cards in it. And it'll just be 3 bangers. You don't know who they are or whatever, but it's like high tier packs that they'll give you as replacements.
3 bangers, right? So are they like, is that what the packs are for? Is it exclusively for that?
Yeah, they're replacements. Yeah, that's what they're for. They put, I don't know how they go about what puts in what, but it's sure that you can't buy these.
Yeah. Well,
it only has 3 cards and it'd be like 2 autograph cards or something.
Do they put numbered cards in them?
Yeah, it's autograph cards and stuff.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying about the number. What if it can't be a number? No one could ever get finished. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know they have it. Where I've seen people get them. I've watched people open them on streams.
I mean, I guess they have to circulate eventually anyway. So it's not like they're going to keep taking one and sending it to the back of the pack. So like 10 years later, it finally comes out. But it's still that's cool though. I mean, that's cool that they do.
And then they have like a vault of cards that they'll send you that's in like different price brackets. Yeah. And like so say they value your card at $500. They'll send you all the cards in the vault at that price range and let you pick.
Oh wow, that's cool.
If you want any of those, yeah. If something happens to your card.
That's awesome. That's good. That's great service.
Right. But I do hear it takes a long time to get that. I heard it takes a long time to get redemptions and shit, like, dude, 8 or 9 months or a year.
Damn. I noticed on the bottom of that thing is like it's valid for like the next like 100 years or some shit like that. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I might post it, man, but I don't even think it's worth messing with. I may try to redeem it just to see. Like I said, man, if they can't get it to me, and I can get something else.
Dude, you should put it in a time capsule.
Right. And they find it in 100 years. And they just think this guy was the fucking great. He must have been the fucking warrior of their fucking generation.
Dude, you could put like a letter in there and like get like, it's going to have to be like your grandkids or some shit that open it and be like, you must contact this guy's family in Russia or what the fuck ever. Hunt down his family. He's the reason that the time machine broke or some shit like that.
My kids are gonna be like, "What? What's a Russia? What is it?
Russia?
Yeah, what's a Russia? Oh, something they used to have.
Yeah, before we blew up off the face
Oh,
of the
we
planet.
fucked them. Yeah. Oh, that's Russia. You didn't know that's East America.
Hey, are you excited about Lil Wayne's album coming out?
Yeah, it was like a couple days, ain't it? Carter 6
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune in. Fuck what everybody's saying, man. I'm always here for anything out of the Carter series.
I hadn't really seen nobody hating or nothing. I'm excited about it.
I've seen some hate online. Like, ain't nobody checking for that and all this shit. Posting all kinds of videos of some of his live performance where you can't understand what the fuck he is saying.
Yeah, he do be doing some things that don't be doing himself no favors.
Exactly. He got them 3 little dreads hanging on for dear fucking life. Looking like
dude.
Looking like a damn cockroach.
He looks cool sometimes. It's like I just don't like when he wears.
He looks better now.
Yeah,
he looks more healthy, but damn.
Probably because he's been doing a lot more media. It's just one of those things, man. I don't know. He looks like he has aged like shit.
Dude. Rough. There's the lean. My man was on lean hardcore, bro. All them seizures and shit, that shit aged him. Just shave the dreads is all I'm asking, bro. Just get rid of them. Jesus.
Yeah, he's 42 years old. That's crazy. Well, man, I guess I'm gonna get off this podcast.
All right, bro.
It's been real. Thank you for everybody who listened and everybody who came back and watched this. You're awesome, especially if you made it this far. So we still haven't mastered the art of ending the live stream. So
we're gonna get more efficient the more it goes on.
They have an outro video. I'm not playing it though. Yeah, right on. Thickheads. Tell your fucking friends and
later.
Subscribe.